Everybody, and welcome to Bonfire Debates, or welcome back to Bonfire Debates. So, as you guys may know or not know, maybe this is the first time you're at the channel, we unboxed a Chromebook about 30 days ago, and this is our review of living with it for the last 30 days. So, if you find this review helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, so that you can catch our upcoming videos and all our other content that we make here. Short stories, podcasts, and our next review will probably be best budget earphones under 1,500 Rand. So, I have, my wife Sian has been using this for the last 30 days. This is the Acer A713. During our unboxing, I think I said it had I said 256 gigs and then corrected it in editing that this unit comes with 128 gigs, but the one that you would be buying has 256 gigs of storage. With that out the way, this particular unit has an i5 and 8 gigs of RAM, and our usual daily driver is this HP Omen. Also, this is a 7th generation i5, 8 gigs RAM, and it has a 1050 graphics card in it. So by no means modern hardware, but it definitely gets the job done. So this is going to be our benchmark machine for the review, as this is what we're used to using on a daily basis. So first thing you'll notice about the Chromebook is it does not require the button to come on. So if the machine is completely powered off like now, and you open the lid, it just, starts up. Took its time there for a second, but yeah, that is a really cool thing with the Chromebooks. It is a time saver, and I believe it does start faster than the HP. We'll have a side-by-side comparison up here. So as someone who's been using SSDs for quite some time and used to the way they work, the Chromebook, due to Chrome OS being very much cloud-based, is way quicker on startup and stuff than the HP, as you will see in our footage that we'll put somewhere, probably just over me talking. That being said, you are probably wondering, all right, cool, so it's fast, but how is it on day-to-day computing stuff? Can I type Word? Can I read emails? Can I watch Netflix? Yes, the answer is yes, you can do all of those things. I and my wife have found it pretty easy to get used to. It does do stuff a little bit differently, so there are some growing pains there. It is well worth mentioning that my wife Sian had a bit of a tougher time when it came to the more nittier, gritty things in Word and Excel and that type of stuff. But it was pretty easy to get used to, especially if you're used to using the web-based versions of it, which brings me to my next point. You do not have to use Microsoft Office. There is, if you want to use it, the free web-based version of Microsoft Office available to you on office.com. You sign in with a Microsoft account, and Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they're all available to you there to use. Granted, they're a little limited in what they can do. If you want the full fat version, you will have to go for the annual subscription of Microsoft Office. Must be the annual subscription. But in all fairness, that's going to be the case on a Windows-based machine as well, not just the Chromebook. Next point. So the more powerful, intensive tasks, not intuitive tasks, are also pretty smooth on the Chromebook. I use it for some video editing. I use it to edit the video you are watching right now. Time is a circle. It's a flat surface on the circle. Anyway, so it is super easy to edit videos, even some graphic design aspects. I use Canva to make our thumbnails and some of our social media posts that we put onto my social media platforms that you can follow down below in the description. And it was actually way smoother and quicker on the Chromebook than it is on my gaming laptop or even my full-fat desktop that we have in the lounge. And it's all due to the fact that Chrome OS is cloud-based. It's simple to use, it's super fast, and obviously very, very secure, which we'll get into why it's a little bit more secure than Windows a little later in this review. But the other big thing that's a big positive across the board with the Chromebook is battery life. So my wife, who's giving me weird eyeballs from behind the camera, would get about 3 hours of use without having to charge the Chromebook drawing on this unit, which is pretty impressive because we would get barely an hour and a half from HP if we just watched Netflix on it. So I know 3 hours doesn't sound like much, but when we're talking about stuff like drawing or video editing or even playing like Android games from the Play Store, those are very battery intensive operations, so you probably won't get more than that on any device. I, on the other hand, I got easy 5, 6, sometimes even 8 hours just typing on it, doing research, writing scripts, and writing other articles that I do. So the battery life on the Chromebook is way, way better than your conventional Windows machine. Now that's not to say that there aren't Windows machines with amazing battery life, such as like your Asus, ZenBooks and your HP Envies, but those machines in comparison to price, okay, comparison to this machine, they're actually the same price, if not a little bit more expensive, because this is going for about 20,000 Rand, where the HP Envy and Asus ZenBooks start at about 22,000 Rand. So very comparable battery life to Rand value there, but the big difference is you can buy a Chromebook for under 10 grand and it will still get you 12 hours, plus or minus with standby time, battery life. All right. So just before we jump into the pros and cons, like nuggets, I guess the juicy nuggets of pros and cons, let's talk about sound and video quality of the screen. So this Acer has a Wacom screen in it, which makes it amazing for digital art drawing, and its color representation and clarity is next level. It's probably one of the better laptop screens on the market at the moment, and sound-wise, it's pretty good for a laptop actually. The only laptops I would say have better sound than this are the Harman Kardon Asus's and the OMB HPs, but obviously they're cheating. They're using sound companies to do their sound. How dare they? All right, back to the pros and cons, or to the pros and cons, not back to them. They haven't happened yet. So we said a lot. Let's try and break it down into some easy to understand pros and cons, right? What's the pros of owning a Chromebook? Well, the pros, super easy to set up. Like, it took us less than 2 minutes to set this thing up. I needed my Google account and its password, and it asked me to set up the voice assistant, and then we were pretty much done. I could just go and do whatever. I could go watch YouTube, I could go watch Netflix, I could get started on working on Google Docs or Numbers. Not Numbers, that's Apple. On Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides instantly. Like, I didn't need to download anything, I didn't need to any of that stuff. It was just ready for me to use from the moment go. The next thing is obviously, like we said, it's super fast on startup times. It's great, way quicker than your conventional Windows machine, and that's again thanks to it being cloud-based and a very light operating system. You don't need to buy any third-party software to make use of a Chromebook. It's all there from the beginning. And like I said, it is fully integratable with the annual license of Microsoft Office. So if you just gotta use Microsoft, then it's still usable and giving you all the features that you'll be looking for using the paid version of Microsoft Office. And obviously, it is got awesome battery life, and it is very light and easy to travel with. So as someone that has had the opportunity to take this thing with me out and about versus this chunky boy over here, It is way easier, way easier to carry around. Right, let's get to the bad parts, the cons, the worm that's hiding within the proverbial not Apple, it's a Chromebook. I'm getting head shakes from my wife behind the camera, guys. Please like and comment this video. Prove her wrong. Prove to her I am funny. There's a bit of a learning curve to the Chromebook, as we explained. So if you've grown up or been using Android devices for a long time, or any Google like integrated environment, the Chromebooks obviously just dive in and go. But if you're used to Mac or Apple, then there is a bit of a learning curve, but it's not a steep one. It's just some patience and read the information on screen, and you'll be fine. You'll get there. Don't be afraid to Google something as well if you're very worried. The only big thing that is quite a deterrent for me with the Chromebook is its reliance on the internet. Right? So yes, it gives us awesome battery life, fast startup times, super secure OS, because it's all cloud-based and internet-based. But the problem is, if you do not have internet, it's kind of game over. The machine doesn't do much without an internet connection. But if we're all honest with ourselves, when last have you used your Windows machine without an internet connection? It's pretty much a paperweight as well. So yes, Office doesn't need an internet connection, and the Chromebook does have an offline mode, or you can use offline apps like WPS Office, which is our recommendation here at Bonfire Debates, as an offline word editor, spreadsheet user, or presentation creator, if you will. What's the next thing? Oh, yes, of course. Okay, so if you need a computer to do accounting or architecture or AutoCAD or like very intensive 3D modeling, then I'm not quite comfortable suggesting Chromebooks to you just yet. There's no software that exists on the Chrome OS to function those programs, to use as that functionality. They I don't know if they're working on it. I hope so, Google. I hope you guys are working on it, because this OS is much better than other OSs on the market. So I have spoken to a representative of Chromebook SA, and they have said that they have cloud-based versions for accounting, but so do Mac, and every accounting firm I've spoken to from my sales experience have told me that no, Windows is still kind of the only one to go for. So if you're an accountant, if you're an architect, if you're an engineer, if you're an animator, then Chrome OS is not quite there yet for you. Stick to Windows, I guess. The other thing is print compatibility was a bit of an issue for us. Our Canon printer, the printer works great. It was super easy to set up, but there's no scanning functionality. And going to Canon's website to check, only Canon's business level or office level printers have scanning capability for Chrome OS, which is a bit of a big one, because most people, especially here in South Africa, we need to print stuff. We need to sign documents. We need to send projects off to school or university, and scan them. So printing, not an issue. Scanning, a bit of an issue. So just do homework. If you want to get a Chromebook and you have a printer, see if they're compatible before diving in and making that, what's the word I'm looking for, commitment. And if not, if you want to get the Chromebook first and later need a printer, just double check before buying the printer that it is compatible on all ends, not just printing or not just scanning. Although I haven't come across that yet. I will admit, though, Windows 11 has the same issue with our printer. Windows 11 scanner for our printer doesn't work either. We had to use a third-party scanning app that only scans in JPEGs. Thanks, Windows. That's real weird that I can't scan in PDFs. But, so I guess it's not only a Chrome OS issue. Right, so our conclusion is, if you are a student just looking for a lightweight, easy-to-use device that you can just grab and go and use without charging for lectures or in the office all day, you need to read your emails, research stuff, watch some Netflix or The Hub, uni projects, or even in office environment documents that you need to do a memo and your team needs to collaborate on it. Chrome OS and even Google Docs is awesome. Like, I can start a document, share it with someone, they can leave notes or edit it while I'm writing it to say, hey, like, change this, this, and this, which is just awesome. Real good. I think the helicopter is gone. We apologize for that. We did not ask it to fly over to pad the view time of this video. Anyway, so university students, high school students, general office, honestly, you can't go wrong with a Chromebook because you'll be in internet environments. Most of the time, it allows for very easy collaboration on documents and spreadsheets and stuff. Emails integrate perfectly fine as long as you download the app from the Play Store, or just browse through the browser version of those applications. Now, for the other part of you guys that game, such as us, Chrome OS's gaming experience is very limited. Once Stadia launches in South Africa, we will definitely look at that, do a review on that, because I think that's going to be the game changer for Chrome OS on a much broader spectrum once Stadia launches in South Africa. But for now, no gaming on Chrome OS except for very lightweight mobile games, which you'll be playing on a tablet or a cell phone anyway. But yeah, if you found this review helpful, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment down below if you have any questions that you want to know specifically. Like I said, this particular Chromebook is going for about 20,000 Rand, 19,999. There are obviously more affordable Chromebooks out there. If you want to hear about them, let us know, and we'll do videos on that. And here comes, today's the Comrades, guys. This was probably not the best time to do a review. Police, people running, oh, why? Anyway, let us know if you liked the video, hit like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Tell us in the comments what you didn't like. Thank you for watching. We love you. Bye.